Our next guest is Smári Ásmundsson. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Smári Ásmundsson, yes.
I'm sorry?
Smári Ásmundsson.
Smári Ásmundsson.
Ásmundsson, yes.
Oh, very good. Okay. You may have seen Smári's products in your local grocery store, but what's new is this new beverage that they're creating, Kaffi. But before we get into this, you sell an Icelandic yogurt. What is the difference between Icelandic yogurt and other types of yogurts?
So there are essentially two categories of dairy yogurt. There is strained yogurt and non-strained yogurt. Icelandic yogurt and Greek yogurt are both strained yogurt. For Greek yogurt, you do 2 to 3 cups of milk mixed into a cup of yogurt that has 12 to 13 grams of protein. For Icelandic yogurt, it's 4 cups of milk with 15 to 16 grams of protein per cup. It's also strained differently, so it's a much more creamier product than Greek yogurt is. So in theory, it's the same, but different texture, different creaminess, and much more functionality and more protein. Less sugar also.
I can only assume that you grew up in Iceland and you brought the product over here to the United States. What's been the market like? What's been interest in the brand?
It's been fascinating, and so we've been with the yogurt. We've been about 5 years in the marketplace, and nobody knew what Icelandic yogurt or skyr was, 5 years ago, and that's changed significantly since then. So there's a much more awareness of what Iceland is, what Icelandic yogurt is, and how it is different from other yogurts. So that's been very good.
So you're making the leap from food into beverage.
Mm-hmm.
This is clearly, just your prototype at this point. Kaffi is the name of the product. What is it?
So Kaffi is coffee in Icelandic.
Okay.
So we're still kind of going the Icelandic roots, and like I grew up in Iceland and think of myself as very Icelandic. So this is, we call it Icelandic protein coffee. It is a high caffeine, high protein coffee beverage, ready to drink. We have 3 SKUs, and we're launching these in February of next year. We have a keto SKU, which is this one here, only 1 gram of sugar. They all have 10 grams of protein. The caffeine is between 125 and 175 milligrams. So, and the other 2, a latte and iced mocha, have 7 and 8 grams of sugar. So high protein, high caffeine, low sugar, and delicious. It's even better than I can get at the coffee shops in Petaluma.
Very interesting. This one says keto.
Yes.
So a specific function. Is each flavor a specific function?
No, this is, I think of it as a functional coffee, and this one is kind of the most functional in being that it's a keto. And ketogenic diet is a very specific diet where a percentage of your calories come from fat, percentage from carbs, and percentage comes from protein. And so this one fits into that line. And so we're using a little bit of a monk fruit as sweetener for this one. For the other 2 SKUs, they are still, we use cane sugar, so a little bit more indulgent, but still very, very low in sugar. And the other 2 are latte and an iced mocha, so kind of more mainstream flavors, you could say.
So would you say the consistency is going to be a little bit more like a shake or a coffee, or?
It would be like if you get an iced mocha or an iced latte at a coffee shop,
Yep.
Exactly like that. It's just a very, very creamy mouthfeel, but it's like chocolate milk, for example, or a whole fat milk. So it's very much it's not like a shake or a smoothie.
So the beverage market is notoriously difficult. I can only assume the yogurt market is pretty difficult, challenging as well. How long has this been in development, and what are your expectations for coffee to be a growth driver for the brand?
So this has been 2 years for me to work on this. This started out as coffee and yogurt, and then it changed from coffee and yogurt to coffee and filtered milk, and now we're using cream as a dairy component. So it's been a long development process. Yogurt is a very stable category. It isn't growing. It's fairly set. Coffee and functional coffee, cold brew coffee and functional coffee are growth categories. Functional coffee there's only a couple of brands out there already, so it's a much more newer category. It's a smaller category, but it is a growth category. So I can only guess, but I think there could be a big potential with this.
We saw a couple functional coffees in the New Beverage Showdown this morning.
Exactly.
It was interesting to see, this emphasis on vitamins, minerals, protein, etc. But at what point? I mean, the education has got to be slightly difficult. It's already difficult to explain what Icelandic yogurt is. Now you're adding another layer of communication on top of that. What does the marketing strategy look like for this particular product?
So our core market for this, we think of this as somewhat similar to the yogurt. The yogurt is a lot of parents. Our yogurt is organic, very, very low in sugar. So parents tend to buy us. Also younger people that are fit or trying to eat healthy. We see this as essentially the same market, a little bit more towards male. So we're kind of going more, towards the coffee look. I think active people, the need that this solves for myself is, I was a 10-year-old boy and I'm driving him to school and I haven't had breakfast and I had my coffee. So this is both, as I'm driving him to school, the protein keeps me satiated until lunch and the caffeine wakes me up right away. So I think it is, once people see that, I think it is I hope it's a fairly easy sell.
Yeah. So it's innovation created by your personal story.
Yeah.
Very cool. I believe this is your first time at BevNET Live, correct?
Yeah.
I know it's only been the first day, but what's your experience been like so far?
What's impressed me the most that you guys are on the minute. It's really well organized, and as somebody that if I'm 10 minutes early, I think of myself as late. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's very, very smooth, but it's great. It's I've done the expos and I've been in food for a while, but this is my first foray into kind of beverages, and it's the same, but it's totally different. But I'm learning a lot, and it's fascinating.
So, what are you looking for in a beverage partner? Obviously, you came here to help promote your new beverage line. But what do you need? What sort of assistance do you need to take this product to the next level?
For me specifically, how does it differ from the yogurt, for example? How are the sets different? I know, for me, in the yogurt is UNFI and KEHI. DSD is big in beverages. Yep. So just kind of understanding the differences, how this is from other food products, and how I can apply what I know, but then also, okay, this doesn't work in beverage, so make sure I don't make those mistakes.
Mm-hmm. You're watching the Livestream Studio at BevNET Live Winter 2018. We're in the midst of the Tabletop Expo, and I'm here with, I'm going to mispronounce your first name and your last name, because you pronounce it in such a beautiful way. Smári?
Smári Ásmundsson.
Smári. I think I got it that
time.
Yeah,
you just roll your R's, easy.
Well done. Now, I'm curious, you're debuting this new coffee line here at the show. Can you use the same distribution partners? Are you looking to rely on the same retail partners as you have with your yogurt line?
I think initially, yes. We are focusing on the natural channel initially, and so that will be the same distributors, there will be the same retail partners, but I think this is a broader appealing product than an organic yogurt. The organic yogurt, we're essentially just in a natural channel and then kind of in the hardcore natural stores. I see this being bigger in conventional grocery or even C-stores. So I think there's a lot of new markets for this that we'll have to figure out how to enter.
I mean, it seems like there's a lot of potential for anything that's a meal replacement product, especially for folks that are on the go. A lot of it relies on price point as well. I mean, how much is this going to sell for?
$3.99.
$3.99, okay.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's in line with other yogurt-based drinks?
Yeah, we are. We're going more for the coffee set, and the functional coffees are $4.99, $4.49. Some of them are right around $3.99. So we are kind of at the lower end of the premium price point for that.
And as far as it's going to be a refrigerated product, obviously.
Correct.
What's your strategy for getting into those coolers that are just so important for those perimeter coolers that are so important for new brands?
Well, I think we have something very innovative, both with the high protein line, but then also with the keto product. Everybody's talking about keto right now, and buyers really perk up, when they hear, both about the line, but not about the keto. We have a relationship with the retail partners, and so getting meetings with them is not really a challenge. And once they try it, once the dairy buyers or the coffee buyers try it, it's almost a done deal.
Fantastic. Smári, thank you so much for being with me on the Livestream Studio here at BevNET Live Winter 2018. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show and hope to catch up again really soon.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Take care.